Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be removing these H2 decals from the side of my 2008 Hummer H2. So if you've watched any of my prior videos, you'll know that I just picked this thing up. And guys, I got plans to do quite a few things to this thing. So please consider subscribing to the channel. That way you won't miss any future videos. So let me show you the things we're going to need today to remove these decals properly. Okay, so here's what we're going to be using to remove these decals. The first thing is just some pretty basic, cheap fishing line. This stuff works really good. You're going to need a rubber glue wheel remover. This one's made by 3M. These things last a long time. I think I bought this wheel probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I've taken off probably emblems off of, I'm guessing, 6 to 8 cars, so these things will last a long time. Obviously going to need a drill, microfiber towel, and I really like using this stuff. If you're not familiar with it, it's called Citrol. It's a product by Schaefer's. Got it on Amazon. It's actually fairly inexpensive. I'll put a link to it below so you guys can pick that up if you think it'll help you. But this stuff does a great job. I spray this on the little bit of glue remnants that's left on the paint. Takes it off no problem, doesn't hurt your clear coat or anything. So that's what we'll be using today. And don't want to forget, I'm also going to have a pair of blue work gloves. Here you go, there's the gloves I'll be using today. When you wrap that fishing line around your fingers, you're definitely going to want to have some sort of gloves or protection, as that can really cut the circulation off and cause a little pain on your finger. All right, guys, so we've got our gloves on, got our fishing line here. I'm just gonna get this wrapped around my finger. You know, I've used dental floss also before to do this, but I'll tell you, the dental floss ends up breaking on you multiple times. So as long as you're careful with this, you definitely will not scratch the car. So you want to just get right down behind there. And then as you pull, you want to pull away from the paint. This way you're not, no chance of scratching the paint any. That popped off pretty easily. There you go. So 0 damage to the paint. That one came off pretty easy. Let's go after the big H2 badge here. Get that off also. So same concept, just get underneath there. Work it back and forth. Kind of pulling it away from the paint. This one here is a little tougher, but it'll still come off. Here we go, it's coming right off. Yeah, I can't even imagine how bad this would hurt without wearing gloves. And that one actually broke a little bit. No big deal, almost done here. Just kind of reset our string and get it off. Come in from the front angle a little bit. There we go. There we go. No damage to the paint. That came off pretty easy. So, all right. Next step is going to be to get our 3M adhesive removal wheel and attach it to the drill and get all this stuff off. It'll come off, should come off nice and easy. So I'll be right back. All right, so back here with the drill and the 3M wheel. So it's very important. You definitely don't want to burn the paint. I mean, it's highly unlikely that you'll do this with it, but you still want to be careful. So I always like to start at the very edge and just slowly increase the speed until I find the the right speed to take this off without damaging the paint. So let's see how it goes. so it's coming off pretty easily. Don't want to scratch the paint any more than it is. So we'll just keep going and go ahead and get the rest of this off. I think that about did it. That pretty much all off of there. So yeah, doesn't look like we damaged the paint. No scratches. Looks pretty good to me. So the next step is I'm going to get the blower. I'm going to try and blow some of this stuff off. Again, I mean the paint's already in pretty bad shape as it is, but I'm going to try not to scratch it anymore. Go ahead and blow it off, and then probably wipe it down with some lubricated detail spray just to get the rest of the gunk off. And then, you know, if we need to use the Citrol to get the last little bit off, we certainly will. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So just gonna spray a little bit of detail spray on here. This is just some Chemical Guys quick detailer. Honestly, I bought this many years ago and just been trying to use the rest of it. So all right, here we go. So most of that came off pretty good. And with just a little bit of residue left, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some Citrol on it. And this will definitely take care of that last little bit of glue residue that's on here. Stuff works really well. It doesn't hurt your paint, clear coat, nothing like that. That's all you really need. Let it sit on there for a few minutes. And it'll come right off. All right, let that sit on for a minute. We should be able to just wipe this glue right off. Look at that, guys. Well, 95% of it came right off. We'll spray a little bit more on there and get that last little bit off. And then we should be good. Now, after we get this last little bit of glue off, I guess I didn't show this at the beginning of the video. I'll get some real light polish, probably use some Meguiar's Ultimate Polish, and we'll just do a hand polish and get the that little bit of outline, little hologram there. We'll get that cleared off and get that looking good, and you'll never even know it was here. So, all right, so that last little bit is giving me some trouble, but we'll get it off here. It's ready to come off. Maybe use the other side of the towel, a little more aggressive side here. There we go. Again, I'm not worried about scratching the paint. If this was a new car, I would probably went back to the wheel again, but the scratches in this thing are so bad, it needs a full paint correction as it is. So, all right. So I've got all that off. So I'll get the polish, and we'll just do a quick little hand polish on this, and you'll never even know it was there. So be right back. All right, got some Meguiar's Ultimate Polish here. This stuff is just great for any light polishing, very light scratch removal. Works pretty good. Don't need a ton of product, just a little bit. Kind of dab that on there. Just work the polish a little bit back and forth. Yes, I definitely have a dual action polisher, and when I go through and do the paint correction on it, I'll definitely use that. I'm not going to do this by hand, but this will get the job done here. Yeah, I think once I do a full correction on this truck, it's going to look really good. There's some spots that were touched up by some touch-up paint, so that's not going to look good. But I'd say probably 85–90% of this H2 will look really good after I correct the paint. Almost done here. I think we got most of that worked out. Circular motion here to finish this off. All right, we flip to a part of the towel that I haven't used. Again, if this car was corrected, I would certainly be using a different towel. I wouldn't use the same towel, but not too worried about it. There we go. Got it off. Take a look at that. Looks absolutely beautiful. Perfect. All right, the lights helped a little bit, not much, but there you go, you can see. So my goal for this truck is obviously get the paint corrected. I want to take all the chrome off of it, starting with these latches up front. I actually just ordered some AC Delco original latches. Those are on their way. Once those come, certainly swap it out there. After that, the next thing I'm gonna do is get rid of this chrome gas cover cap. It's gonna be probably pretty hard to do. I don't know if you can see, but these bolts are like completely, the heads of them are totally gone. So I've never had to deal with that, but I'm gonna figure out the best way to do that. If you know or can recommend how I can get those out, please leave some comments below. I would love to save some time and not have to mess anything up trying to do it. But the other thing is I just got the windows tinted on it, so that makes it look, in my opinion, better. They're supposed to be the same darkness as the rear two doors in the back. Obviously, the windows are still wet, so once they dry, hopefully they'll match a little closer. But yeah, that's it for today, you guys. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. And please consider subscribing. Like I mentioned before, I have plans to do a lot of different things on this truck. Exhaust, shocks, I'm gonna be changing the diff fluid, gonna be changing the transmission fluid, going to be changing the cabin filter, air filter, just a lot of those types of things. So please consider subscribing, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.